Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to the Midwest Motorsports Road Series. It's Tuesday night. That means it's time for our road racers to take to the track. We are at Spa-Francorchamps tonight. I think that's how you say it. Over 4 miles. Everybody has qualified over 2 minutes and 20 seconds per lap. Congratulations to our pole sitter, Michael Odell. In the Pro Division, Chris Wood, in his first time Midwest Motorsports debut, puts it on the pole position of the AM Division. We are in for a show tonight. We're going to go green for 1 hour. At least one pit stop. If the Canadian math is right, Josh Watt thinks we might have to stop for a splash or do some fuel saving during the race. We'll see what happens. As the pace car rolls off, our Porsche Cup Midwest Motorsports cars are on the gas. I'm joined by Adam Sondag. Adam, we've spent a lot of time at Spa. A lot of these drivers are very familiar with this track. Natural road course. What are we going to see tonight?
Yeah, I expect that we'll see, I don't know, honestly. We're using the classic pit entry, so do expect to see maybe some difficulties or lack of familiarity. We'll see who practiced the pit entry and who did not, because that might take a little bit of time. People might even potentially miss pit in and have to go and lap longer than they needed to, which, depending on fuel and tires, could be treacherous. But I do think that, looking in the AM division, we have sort of a shakeup in the grid. Kyle Ryan down in the third row, so familiarity here really will come into play with how many laps people have put in on this track.
This is round 9 of 12. Points battles are tight in both divisions. The Pro Division, Jack Lucas starts in the second row, leader of the points. Jason Wahlberg only 55 points behind. He starts in the front row with Michael Odell. In the AM division, it's Kyle Ryan and Nicholas Moffitt, separated by only a few points as they make their way through the final chicane onto the front straightaway, trying to get some temperature in the tires. Michael Odell brings them to the line slow. Remember, the start-finish line is going to be after turn 1, where pit in also is after turn 1, a source. So very tight corner, and the pace car pulls off Barney, gives his passenger whiplash. Now Michael Odell waits for it. 12 pro drivers, 19 AM drivers take to the track, 20 AM drivers, I should say. And we're flat out headed to Eau Rouge and Radion for the very first time, 2 wide. Francis Faustino looking to take over 4th spot. Leaders are side by side. Jason Wahlberg, second in points. Michael Odell, third in points. Down the Kimmel Straight for the first time. 60 minutes of racing starts now for the Midwest Motorsports. Still 2 wide. Jack Lucas riding the curbs. It's inside Michael Odell. Is he going to take over second spot? Yes. Jason Wahlberg, Jack Lucas, Michael Odell, 1, 2, 3. Francis Faustino, 4. And we got
Big trouble.
Spinners around. Josh Watt going off-roading.
Number of cars involved.
Making it through. Big shakeup. Ron Kabiltis, Rick Bundren, Troy Nissen. And Kyle Ryan, no. Your points leader
bear with us on the data here. It looks like because of the pace lap, the system thinks that everyone from Justin Shoot back to David Wortman has an extra lap over the rest of the field. So timing is currently showing incorrect. Hopefully that'll sort itself out, but
Rick Bundren or Justin Shoop. There's your leader, Jason Wahlberg, from the front row. Holds on to it. He's got a clean track ahead of him. Jack Lucas, then Michael Odell. No, Francis Faustino must have dropped back too. He's down to 11th. Starting in the top 4. Oh, another car goes around. Chaos in the Midwest Motorsports Porsche Cup Series. It was at Keith Hurlbut.
Yeah, Keith into the wall there.
Francis Faustino 11th. This is going to crush him. Faustino is currently 6th in points.
So here's
a
what
replay of lap
happened.
1.
So here's Ron.
Kabiltas.
Loses the rear end. A couple cars go off. Looks like Rick spins.
Who was that?
Might be David Wortman there as well. The 32
no.
also taking damage.
Oh,
And
there goes the hood. Your frunk is showing, sir.
Jordan Nissen now taking air in the frunk. Free hood for somebody. Oh, somebody else was off down there as well.
Can't park there.
It might have been Ben Matson. Cold tires. Hot racing.
It's 60 minutes to wake it up. Look at this. Michael Odell dropped down outside. Well, currently 5th. Looking up at Nathan Westland and Christopher Rowe. Christopher Rowe, that blue over white. That was an exciting first 4 minutes of the race, Adam. If it keeps up like this, I'm going to need to find I'm going to wipe the sweat off my forehead. This is getting crazy. Lots of action in the first 4 minutes.
I've got my hanky out. Apologies here while I see if there's anything I can do to try to fix this timing. Fortunately, I can't locally change any of the laps for drivers.
Michael Odell trying to regain track position.
He took that flat. He didn't appear to lift.
Hang on to it, Michael. Former champion of the Road Series, Michael Odell, has his foot on the floor. Looking up at Christopher Rowe in 3rd place.
Oh, there we go. Thankfully, now we have almost accurate
Okay.
data. Only now Jordan Nissen is shown as being out of sync. So Chris Wood is your leader of the AM division, starting from pole. He's behind CJ right now. Steve behind there, Nick Moffitt behind him. So timing has now reset itself correctly. So you're now seeing the accurate timing. David Stark is in pits already. Trouble for him. Here's how that happened.
Oh,
Taking a lot of curb going up. Spin. Coming back across. Look, probably just going to reset just because of how treacherous that is. Getting
hope everybody
split in all
sees him.
sorts of ways. Yeah,
Just returns.
almost had everybody through there. Maybe just another second or two of waiting might have been okay, but looks like he kept his spoiler on. Sometimes that's a problem when you get backed into things, and on a track with this much speed, it's difficult to keep the car pinned to the road without. Apologies as the dog tries to trip my girlfriend. So Chris Wood continues to work on CJ Barzak. Not for position, but still want to make that push. 3 of the AM drivers are currently in the top 10. Chris Wood, Nick Moffitt, and Simon Killeen. Ben Wall and Kyle Ryan, 11th and 12th. Ben Wall is up a number of positions.
James Shires. Plus 13. Currently 7th. Biggest mover in the AM division.
If you avoided the cars being backwards on lap 1.
Yep.
So I don't think anyone's had to pit in yet. Maybe Jordan Nissen and Troy Nissen both look like they entered the pits. I'm not sure on laps 1, 2. So Troy might have started there. David jumped there. Oh, here comes Ron Kabiltes into the pits. So he made it in successfully. Likely for some repairs. What did you say, James? You thought that Josh thought would be the timing, about 20 minutes?
He said about 20 minutes, 22 minutes on a tank of fuel. And we are a little before that, just 10 minutes. So maybe he's in for a splash or doing some repairs. Or he's working backwards from the end of the race. We will find out soon enough. I'm sure Queen is out there watching us. Hey, Queen. Rooney's man
Hello.
on. And maybe she can tell us if he worked out the strategy beforehand. But either way,
Jack
he's
getting
the
a
only
little
first to pit.
The touch of that famous dirt.
Pushing the limit.
You can see how much the curbs are still mean, the curbs are fairly forgiving here, but you don't want to give this car a chance.
Christopher Rowe in 6th spot, looking up at Alex Crocker. Crocker has been fast since he joined us. See Jesse Coffee chiming in on YouTube. Hey, Jesse. Not quite the same without you tonight, but sometimes work does get in the way.
Yeah.
Brian Sarton says hi. Hey, Brian. I guess as they're cheering on Jack Lucas, chasing down Jason Wahlberg. Michael Odell, 3 seconds. 3 seconds separate each of the top 4. Hard to make up time, 1/10 of a second at a time. We'll see what happens during the pit cycles. Whoa. As these cars are catching air every time they go through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. There's a roll of the dice. Get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on, I think.
A little sketchy for Steve.
Francis Faustino dropped down to 12th. He's made up 2 of those spots back. Keith Hurlbut and Josh Watt having a great race. Catching air.
Yeah, Keith had a spin earlier. Chasing down race director Josh Watt. Don't know if Ben has a slowdown maybe coming up. Yeah, slowdown likely from coming up the hill, just getting off a little bit.
Looking aggressive, Francis Faustino looking for a way around. That's not Steve Hansel.
Steve right there in front of him in the 24. Kevin Mayer in the blue number 12 here.
The chrome Red Bull looks good. Good choice, Keith.
Chooses not to give Francis the horns.
DJ Barzak looking up at Christopher Rowe, Alex Crocker, Nathan Westland. This is 4th through 7th. Here we go. Point of view coming into Eau Rouge. Hang on. Flat out. Oh, Christopher Rowe makes it look easy.
It's certainly easier than it was a few seasons back when we had a rain race here. There was something of a small river coming down the middle of Raidillon.
Didn't stop a couple of them from going too wide, side by side through.
No.
And they made it. I think it was Hopper and Hurlbut maybe, or Kabiltas. Go back and watch that race. But right now,
yeah, Chris Hopper, the wet tire whisperer. Aaron Mitchell currently in the pits. Jason Wahlberg has a nice gap. 4 seconds. Looks like Michael Odell is making time up on Jack. He shaved about a second off of his gap.
He's on the hunt for you, Jack. Michael Odell normally used to being in the top 3. Here he is chasing down Jack Lucas. Just one lap is cut down 2 seconds. Michael Odell has the fastest lap of the race so far.
Michael running a 2:18.2. Closest lap to that I can see is Jack running a 2:18.4.
Side by side, Christopher Rowe and Alex Crocker. Christopher Rowe trying to get 2. Nick Moffitt, the perfect pick. Been watching some of the NCAA tournament. pick and roll for Christopher Rowe. Gets around Alex Crocker and goes up into the top 5.
Oh.
That's his sights on Nathan Westland.
The Ben Wall
Crocker's
got
not done yet. Oh,
spun in the
Ben Wall.
background. Ben, there's Ben.
Coming out of the chicane. Oh, that's Ian Bakaitis, I think, in the 22.
Let's see.
DJ Barzak's got a big run on Alex Crocker. Now he drops off out of the slipstream. Side by side down the Kimmel. DJ Barzak is having fun. Crocker goes deep on the brakes. CJ leaves room. And the blend right back into place. Alex Crocker's lost 2 positions in 1 lap. And Christopher Rowe, 0.8 of a second in front of CJ Barzak now. So good for CJ to get around Alex Crocker if he has pace now. Still a lot of racing left. A lot of time for Alex to catch back up.
Yeah, good to see CJ getting in the fight, going aggressive. He's always having fun, but sometimes you have to give it to the boys.
Right. A lot of these beautiful paints we're seeing from the Wart team are done by CJ, from what I understand. His paint stands out in the crowd as well. There's Kyle Ryan, your AM Division points leader.
Yeah, he's got both Simon and Nick Moffitt. So this is for second, third, and fourth. Chris Wood, 7 seconds up the road. Simon trying to go up the inside, not close enough. While he does that, then Kyle comes in with a little slide job. That drops Simon down 1 position. Kyle up into third. See Nick Moffitt diving for pit lane there. Good job, Nick, making the pit entrance. Looked like he must have practiced. Michael Odell now all over Jack Lucas. This was a 3-second gap only a couple laps ago. Fairly long lap around here. But now Michael is under 2:18. His last lap was his fastest lap at 2:17.7. So he took half a second off what was already the fastest time in the session. Not good news if you're Jason Wahlberg and Jack Lucas.
Jack Lucas, proud to say, is a new Motorsports winner after last week.
Yeah, a long time coming, I think.
I agree. He's got some work to do if he's going to catch Wahlberg. Right now, he's trying to derive where Michael Odell wants to be. Force him in an uncomfortable spot. These guys are cream of the crop right now, though. 4.8 seconds behind.
Whoa,
race leader. No, Michael Odell.
Michael Odell's been the fastest car on track. He lost a mirror.
That doesn't count as a broadcaster curse, does it? We were talking good about him.
I don't think. Yeah, we were talking about Jack.
There you go.
He'll get back running, but that cost him.
No.
That cost him 4 positions.
Maybe dirty air. He was right on the tail.
We'll take a look here and see.
Here we go. Replay. Right on the wheel tracks. Big air. And lands with the wheels sideways.
Might have just
Bars
been
doesn't like it.
a little bit of. Everything looks okay so far. And we'll see what happens when he takes this. Just a little too much sausage.
He's along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, too spicy of a sausage.
Can you turn down a good sausage, though?
No, Michael Liddell wants that one back.
Yeah, it hits the Armco flush, though, so he should be able to keep going.
Well, I tell you what, that section of the track really has a way of putting you in check, making you realize you can go through there 100 times.
It seems like there's a lot of runoff until you're wrecking on it, and then the walls are right there.
You can do it the same exact way 100 times, and throws you just once is all it takes to remind you, humble you, embarrass you sometimes. Michael Odell's not one to get embarrassed easily. He's going to want that one back. He's done it right 1,000 times in one day. When you wanted to be a CJ Barzak dips into the pits, James Shires working his way around.
Odell's also going to stop in the pits. Not sure if he'll have a repair or not. We'll have to look and keep an eye on to see if he spends more time than others. Chris Wood and Kyle Ryan also in. So we've got a couple takers here.
Pit window is open.
With a 2-minute and 20-second roughly lap, an overcut or an undercut can be a significant amount of time. Here comes Michael Liddell, gets back rolling. So his pit stop was faster than CJ's. About half a second. So CJ's out ahead of him. But Michael didn't appear to need any real repairs there. They got a mirror back on for him, it appears. Yet to pit thus far in the AM division are Simon Killeen, Ben Wall, James Shires, Justin Shoup, and David Brown. And I believe everybody else in the AM division has pitted. So the first 5 in class are yet to pit. But after the pit cycle, it looked like almost 6 seconds longer for Chris Wood than Kyle Ryan. So Chris Wood is behind Kyle Ryan now, purely from stop time. Christopher Rowe now chasing Nathan Westland.
Christopher Rowe in the slipstream. Been going back and forth, trying to find the right place to pass.
Nathan trying to make sure to open up the entries to those turns to get an exit.
Guys are also going deep on the fuel. Hopefully, hoping to stop less. James Shires gets around Francis Faustino. I think that's for position.
That is not in class. But
Forgot Francis had a bad first run, working his way back up.
James is currently running 9th overall, 3rd in class. You think Jason Wahlberg probably is coming in here on this lap?
So far, 2 laps over for the top 3. 5, I should say.
Get an onboard view of the pit entry here just so people can see how quickly you need to be cutting in. See how tight he holds this, keeps the lock in the wheel. Almost seems like you're going to wreck into the wall, and now he's in the pits. So this is the classic pit entrance. Again, people needed to practice this because that is not how you normally will enter pit here. Jack Lucas going for another lap.
There's nobody in front of him.
Nathan
Rose
Westling
stays
coming
out.
in. I don't know if he meant to or not.
I think Christopher Rowe is going to do the opposite of what Westland does to try to get around him.
That might
Westland.
be. We'll see. Let's see here what he does on the wheel.
Leads to the last minute. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like maybe he just decided to roll on. That didn't look panicked at all.
with some clean track. This is the lap that matters for Christopher Rowe and for Jason Wahlberg as he comes back on the track. Jack Lucas now with a 3-lap overcut from Jason Wahlberg, who was the leader prior to the pit cycles.
Nathan Westland pitting out. Francis Faustino pitting in.
Steve Hansel into the top 5. It is pit cycles, but who cares?
Jason's 5th overall. All 4 cars in front of him are yet to pit.
Got 2 wide with Kabiltis. Thank you. Looking up.
That's Ian Bakaitis in front of him. Justin Sheep and David Brown pitting in. See where Jack's at. Still working his way back in.
Nobody in front, so Jack's hoping to put down a couple of fast laps. Hoping to put down 3 fast laps.
Looks like Ian has a slowdown coming up the hill.
Moffitt gonna go for it. Oh.
Trying to shed that time carefully before getting a black flag in a drive-through. Here comes Jack Lucas now. Big overcut there. Same for Chris Rowe. Alex Crocker going to follow as well. And not before long, we'll have Steve Hansel in.
Oh no, Steve, wrong pits.
Oh no.
Yep.
Steve. Oh no.
Oh, is he gonna get docked?
I don't see a flag, but the time on the pit's going to
pit
be
lane.
painful.
Is the speed limit required of this section? Maybe, maybe not. You allowed to go back into pits? There you go, Steve.
Oh no,
That's
Steve using all the pits.
He's using the Waze.
Yeah,
and that steered him wrong, trying to give him a shortcut. Ended up being a long cut.
Yeah, take the alley at left. So Steve will be frustrated with that. That's frustrating.
Read the Discord. Josh Watt warned us. We're going to see chaos in the pit entry.
Rick Bundren warned us. He posted a screenshot of the track and told everyone to practice, but
Watt made a post a couple of weeks ago, or last week as well. In the race, Steve Ansel, I hope you're laughing. We're laughing with you, Steve, not at you. Wahlberg gets around Josh Watt. Glad to see Josh Watt, the race director, get some racing in this whole season. I think he's having fun. He tells us he is.
yeah, he hasn't wrecked too horribly. The unsafety car has been mostly safe, I think.
Jason Wahlberg was able to hang out in front. Jack Lucas holds on to second spot. Here's that battle with Simon Kylene. And Chris Wood, I believe. Chris's first race with us. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, Chris. Glad you're here. Feeling the pressure now from the green machine behind.
So Steve actually had a pretty good pit time. However, that's only because the time in the pit lane that's not being used is not counted against the pit lane time.
I'm sure we'll see it in the chat.
We'll see,
Chris
yeah,
Wood
we'll see what his lap ends up being.
Chris Wood went a little wide. That's all it took for Simon Kylene to jump into the podium spot. Snatch it away from Chris Wood. Lots of racing left. Just past the halfway point, 27 minutes to go. Looks like everybody took the same tire strategy. Most everybody 23 to 24 seconds. Chris Wood also lost a little more time in the pits at 28 seconds. Here's Kabiltis. Is that Ian Bakaitis up ahead?
It is.
Mission 22, Ian Bakaitis becoming Ron Kabiltis' mission. You get around them. Porsche Cup cars are awesome, put on some awesome racing. Definitely witnessing some great races tonight. Everybody's in their own little battle, 2x2 all the way around. You can see the M&Ms racing around the track on the track map. Nobody's by themselves. Everybody's got somebody to race with.
Kyle now has made his way up to Nick Moffitt.
Caught up to Nick Moffitt. Kyle Ryan hosted a couple of sessions this week. Thank you to everybody who chooses to host a session and get some practice in league-wide. Kyle has been working almost every week to make sure that we have some hosted sessions. Really appreciate it.
Chris Wood caught back up to Simon Kylene. So Simon will work now to keep him behind. Well, now it looks like Ian Bakaitis and Gerard Rupert both getting black flagged for incident points. It's going to be drive-throughs for them. Now here's Simon coming up the inside.
Chris Wood. Nope.
Now Chris just going to tuck in behind and try to get the run back up the hill.
Man, when you get it right, there's no greater feeling coming out of Radion after going through there flat out. It only takes one to put you in check, remind you who the boss is. if Hansel's working his way back.
Now Nathan Westland has Alex Crocker within a second of him. Oh no, Kyle Ryan had an incident. He's now a couple seconds back. Just loses the rear end.
Oh, egg slapper.
Oh, that's frustrating. He was really closing that gap back down. Now he's 8.5 seconds back of Nick Moffitt. And not only that, he's now drawn into the battle with Simon and Chris Wood. Oh no, looks like maybe Jordan Nissen there in the wall on the inside. Yeah, getting it turned around. Ian trying to work back up. Can't do any worse than 10th in class with David Stark retiring. But a number of positions to close up to get back into the overall top 10. With Josh Watt on the inside now, Alex Crocker is chasing Nathan Westland.
Don't
And
look
there's
now,
Michael
Odell. Lurking in the background.
Michael Odell is inevitable. He was the fastest car on track last lap by 0.4. Oh, Kyle just getting wide there. He's got 20 minutes left to hold down this podium finish. We talked with Kyle about the brain game. When you make a mistake, how do you gather back in and refocus? Chris Wood really wants to get around Simon. See if he can try to get on the outside here. He can't. He'll have to fall back in line.
Oh, that might be a slowdown if he went outside for Simon. Chris
No
Wood doing a great
slowdowns
job.
for anybody. I think you can go pretty wide on the exit of that chicane. Oh, but Simon, you don't want to go that wide on
No,
the
you left
source.
room. Great racing. That's awesome sportsmanship. This is why league racing, it's so much more fun. When you're given respect, you get respect back. Simon Colleen has passed him before. He's going to try to pass him again. They were side by side. He saw Chris Wood was going to make that dive for it, left space. Followed the leader. Now he's got the slipstream down the Kimmel straight. Not going to Late break, not try it yet. There's 18 minutes left in the race. The hunter becomes the hunted once again. All happening just in front of this battle. So we're watching Michael Odell work his way through the field without using the chrome horn. Going to try to pass him on speed. I think Michael Odell just wanted a challenge.
He definitely did not want to find himself backwards at the top of the hill.
Whoa.
Oh,
Deep on the brakes for Michael Odell. Has to take avoiding action. Guys are definitely your pole setter, Michael Odell, has to choose his time. His pass was just right. Got a car out of gas up there. I'm not sure. He was going slow earlier, but
Michael with another huge airborne maneuver. Able to hold it all together, but have a look at this. Coming off the curb, the top of the hill.
are clear for takeoff.
Just
Oh my gosh.
luckily able to use the runoff and gather back in. That car looked like it was destined for the moon.
Once you make it through there, you got to be smiling ear to ear. It's got to be fun when you're living on the edge. He made it through. It may not be the fastest. It's like he lost some time. The guys in front of him, Alex Crocker.
Yeah, that
Good
was
to see
almost like a Baja truck.
Yes. Good to see Rick Bundren inside the top 10.
Speaking of good runs, we've got Ben Wall running 5th right now in the AM division. It's a good run for Ben. Here comes
Side
the
by
move
side.
now.
In the chicane, Nathan Westland on the inside, Alex Crocker. Michael Odell sneaks on the inside. We're not going to go 3 wide through the source, are we? Michael Odell using Nathan Westland as a pick on Alex Crocker. That is racecraft. Nathan Westland stays tight, leaves room for Michael Odell side by side into Eau Rouge. Surely not. Michael Odell gets 2 passes done. Shows why he's the pole sitter. This time he does it perfect. Makes it look easy. Once again, you can do it right 1,000 times. Think you got it figured out, but you don't. Alex Crocker inside Nathan Westland now. That race is continuing. I don't think we've seen the last pass with Alex and Nathan yet. And Michael Odell working on the field. He's got some work to do. 6 seconds to catch back up to Christopher Rowe. A big ask in 13 minutes.
Yeah, Jason Wahlberg has maintained this strong run before and after the pit cycle.
Ending his lead, I believe. Great run, though, for Jack Lucas. after winning last week. 6 seconds behind your leader, Wahlberg, and 15 seconds in front of his nearest competitor. Feel a little lonely, Jack? I feel for you, man. Just kind of put it in cruise control. 13 minutes, no mistakes. Bring it home. Be really happy with that. Jack Lucas in the race for the points for sure.
I think Sir Lewis Hamilton will wish that he had as much luck as Jack Lucas after leaving the Mercedes.
Yes.
Christopher Rowe running a nice solid third as well. Had a good run last week.
I'll help him in the points too, Christopher Rowe. Best finish is Watkins Glen, third.
Nick Moffitt opening up an 8.5 second almost lead on Kyle after Kyle spun. So Nick going to lock in for the last 12.5 minutes.
I'll help Nicholas in the points too. Nick. This championship is up for grabs. Anybody's race with 3 races after this. Who was on that car in front of Francis? Ben Wall, I believe. Can't tell who's on the hood.
It's it's somebody that a younger person than me listens to.
Got it. Oh, that's all good. Crocker in front of Westland. With 10 minutes to go.
Francis also wants to see what's on the front of that car.
In his rear view.
That's right.
Benoit feeling some pressure now. Francis Faustino qualified on the second row. Dropped down as far as 12th. Has made his way up to 9th. Drew Blanchimont into the chicane. Francis Faustino with the right track position. Hard on the brakes, parks it on the apex. Then Wall tries to cross over. Not this time. Now Francis can set his sights on Steve Hansel just up the road. Little love tap. Aaron Mitchell and Rick Bundren racing hard in these Porsche Cups. This is for position in class, 8th and 9th. Rick Bundren is currently 3rd in points, so every point is crucial. Aaron Mitchell wants that position, though. He's had a podium already in Daytona. So he wants another top 3.
Used a fair amount of curb and was able to handle it pretty well by keeping those front wheels pointed straight. They're going to go too wide in here. Rick's
What
going
a
to have to
great
slide in
race.
behind. He's holding
He's
on.
not giving up. He's not giving up. He's still got a crossover. Aaron Mitchell takes the position back. Move Aaron Mitchell to 8th place. Rick Bundren is not going anywhere. This battle rages on with 8 minutes to go. Good on you, Aaron Mitchell. Rick Bundren's not give it up, though. Troy Nissen and David Brown. Oh, David gets it wrong in Puhan. And that's all Troy needed. David Brown grabs the gear, drops the clutch, let her rip.
Yeah, he's still
Gets
got
right back in the fight.
Still got to get back to Keith Hurlbut, but the last 10 minutes, you don't want to lose track of the car ahead of you. Chris Wood is now in the pits. Oh, no, it looks like a drive-through.
Incident points. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports.
Josh Watt is also in the pits.
I think he's getting a Manny Petty.
James Shires. Well, hopefully he should do something nice for himself for all he does for the league. Closest battle now after a few fell apart here in the past couple minutes. Aaron Mitchell and Rick Bundren.
Rick Bundren has some backup coming. If Justin Shoup can reach him. But is one of those tracks where you really feel like you're driving, like you're going somewhere across town, up the road, down the hill. As opposed to an out and back type of track.
Yeah, going for a Belgian waffle, some chocolate. See those famous Belgian Red Devils lose in the World Cup.
Of good beer.
Hopefully not get stuck in war in the Ardennes in winter. Simon now catching up to Kyle.
Not what Kyle wanted to see inside the last 5 minutes. Got to do it just right.
Yeah, change in strategy from what it was a couple minutes ago to where he was looking for an opportunity to pass Nick Moffitt for the lead.
Michael Odell has made his way fourth. Already saw that. Kyle Ryan. Yeah, sorry about that. Just struck me one more time. Your pole sitter spins out, drops back and works his way all the way back up to fourth. Christopher Rowe is in sight. I don't know if he's going to catch him. That would be a great comeback for Michael Odell. And yes, as Tim said, he is flying. Nobody's going to catch Jason Wahlberg, I don't think. 6 seconds up the road from anybody. Class of the field tonight. Jason
Yeah, so
Wahlberg.
there will be time left on the clock after he finishes this lap.
This one and one more, we think. What a season for Wahlberg, winning the first race at Road America. His drop races are a 4th and a 5th at Monza and Imola. That tells you the consistency for Jason Wahlberg. And he's not even leading the points. That's Jack Lucas, currently second. Only 55 points separate the two. Let Steve Hansel sort out the bonuses, the drops, and then we'll talk about who's leading next week. But right now, this battle is going to rage on. Kyle Ryan, your points leader, trying to hold off Simon Kyling in the closing laps.
Rick's still not far behind Aaron Mitchell. In about 6/10. His buddy Justin Shoop up the road behind him. But look out, Christopher Rowe. Michael Odell's within a second.
Christopher Rowe's feeling the pressure. Or is he? Hold your line. Here comes Michael Odell on the hunt. 1 lap to go, taking the white flag, coming to the white. Well, I believe the start finish line is just past it.
Yeah, it's right here.
Right there, so don't forget to finish the lap you're on.
Oh no, a slowdown for Christopher Rowe now.
No, that's not what he needs.
I think you can shed that time
Oh my goodness.
through this section because this is a slower section of the circuit. So I think you can successfully shed that time without coming to a stop awkwardly. But just thinking about it alone is not what you want.
Michael Odell is on the hunt. I really do think he wants to just challenge himself. Christopher Rowe lets him go. Not worth the risk.
He may have had to really slow up just to not get a drive through here at the end of this.
Good point. That would hurt a lot worse. You lose more than one position for sure on a drive-through. So maybe Rowe can get him back. Rowe's been fast all day. No shame in a 4th place for Christopher Rowe, still up 2 positions from where he qualified.
Oh, keep it together, Chris.
Trying hard. He's trying. That's where the run to Blanchimont starts. So I don't blame you for giving it everything, Chris. Great racing. But nobody's going to catch Jason Wahlberg tonight. The class of the field makes it around the source for the final time. Gives everybody the salute. Fans go wild. Jason Wahlberg, your winner, Midwest Motorsports Spa. Jack Lucas, a very strong 2nd place, only 5 seconds back. In the race for the final podium spot, Michael Odell is going to take it over Christopher Rowe. And a strong race for Alex Crocker, rounding out your top 5. Glad to see Alex have another good run with Lightning McQueen on him. One last
Here's a
chance
battle for second, third in the AM division.
Bring it home, Adam.
Kyle's going to have to hold on. He should be okay here. Nick Moffitt coming in down to finish off his race. Simon going to try everything he can, but Kyle should be able to hold on here. Unable to make the push to fight for the race win, but he'll take that as a second. Here comes Ben Wall to finish 4th. Top 5 for him. Ron Cabilti's behind, finishing 5th. Another good run. Chris Wood joining tonight. Was doing very well. Put it on the first row, put it on the pole. Ran fast. He'll come in 6th, so a top 10 finish in his first run. Rick Bundren not able to make it around. Oh, no!
Oh,
But Rick Bundren is able to make it around Aaron Mitchell, who just put it down too hard trying to get to the line.
Oh,
Now
Aaron Mitchell wants that one back. Justin Shoup.
Yeah. I think Taylor Montague is a lap down to them, so that won't be for position, but 2 positions dropped for Aaron Mitchell right at the very last gasp. That's why they race until the flag.
That's right.
Trey Nissen, your last finisher, I believe, on the course. I'll run down the results while James gets the race winners dialed up. In the AM division, Nick Moffitt taking the win. Great race for Nick. Kyle Ryan pushed and caught up to Nick with about 12 minutes left to go, but spinning the car was not able to make that move. He ended up holding off Simon Killeen for second, Simon in third, Ben Wall, a great run for 4th, Ron Cabilti's 5th, Chris Wood joining us tonight in 6th, Rick Bundren 7th, Justin Shoup 8th, Aaron Mitchell, an unfortunate spin in La Source, the very final turn, dropping positions to Rick and Justin finishing 9th, David Wortman 10th, Kevin Mayer 11, Troy Nissen 12, David Brown 13, Keith Hurlbut 14, Taylor Montague 15, Ben Matson 16, James Shire 17, race director Josh Watt 18, Jordan Nissen 19th, and Gerard Rupert 20th. In the pro division, Jason Wahlberg with a strong run again. Michael Odell had some trouble off of coming up Radion a couple times. Rouge hitting the curbs, getting backwards, getting skipped around. He ended up getting around Christopher Rowe in the last gasps of the race to finish 3rd. Jack Lucas, a strong 2nd off of a win last week. Christopher Rowe 4th, Alex Crocker 5th, Nathan Westland 6th, CJ Barzak 7th, Steve Hansel 8th. Even with going through the pit that we were not using tonight, still finishing in 8th. Francis Faustino 9th, Ian Bacaitis 10th, David Stark 11th, and Jesse Coffey did not start, hung out with us in the chat.
What a race. Everybody loves Spa. Tonight was no different. We saw racing up and down the field tonight. Everybody had somebody to race with. In the AM division, Nick Moffitt with his 5th overall win tonight. Nick, that was great racing, man. Congratulations. This championship's going to go down to the last 3 races. Talk us through your race, Nick.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. It's just been a battle with me and Kyle all season. It's been a lot of fun. Tonight, he honestly had the pace. I think he just burned up his tires trying to get back to me and spun it, and that kind of just won it for me. But early in the race, I rear-ended someone, got myself some front damage. By the time Kyle caught up, I just decided I needed to pit then. I think he stayed out 2 or 3 more laps, and I was lucky enough to just come out ahead of him on the pits. And honestly, I think that was kind of what did it.
That's great. Well, you had to do some fast laps under pressure. and then you finally broke away from him. But you definitely earned it. You have a lot of experience at the track. Did you participate in some of the hosted sessions that Kyle put up, or were you practicing solo this week?
Just practicing solo. I wasn't able to get to the sessions, but honestly, Spa's probably the track I've done the most laps at, so that's a big help.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like you said, it's going to come down to the final 3 races. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for animating the racing for us tonight, Nicholas, and we'll look for you next week.
Yeah, thanks for the broadcast, fellas.
Yeah, thank you. Great racing
Congrats.
for Nicholas Moffitt. And your overall winner, Jason Wahlberg, holds off the field. And as soon as I find the right mute button, we'll talk to him. Jason, congratulations on a great race, man. Another tight battle for the Pro Division win. It's going to come down to the last 3 races here as well. What do you think, man? Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Thanks. Yeah, it was. I love Spa, and so I was really glad to come here and do well. So yeah, I guess practice does pay off a little bit.
Adam, what you got for our race winner?
Yeah, practice pays off a lot, and so does being able to show up every week and getting in the time in the car. You've put down a number of great races today, or this season, and we've talked to you a number of times already. Got a week off here before Zandvoort Red Bull Ring and the Nürburgring Grand Prix. What's your mentality going through the rest of this season?
Yeah, like you said, I've been here every race and I've done pretty well. So I have like a couple of bad drop races to go. So my strategy is actually going to kind of be a little bit aggressive and try to, actually fight for positions. I've been kind of just holding back, getting second, third, that's been fine. But now it's coming down to the end, and like I said, I got a couple drop races. I can, if I spin or do something stupid like that, not going to hurt me too much, but I can start fighting for wins a little bit more.
Well, bad news for the field. If you've been conservative until now with the results you've had, coming out to battle might be something for everyone to think about. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's been coming down right to the end. I'm not sure what this race is going to do to the standings, but between me, Jack, and Michael, it's gonna be close here at the end.
Absolutely.
I can't call it anybody's season. I mean, this really is your drop races, Jason, are 4th and 5th, either Daytona, Monza, or Imola. And Jack's drops 8th and 10th. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at Michael's just yet, but I tell you, it's going to be awesome. It really is exciting to have such great racing in the Midwest Motorsports Series. And yeah, just thanks a lot for animating the season for us. I don't know who to put my money on. I'm going to have to hedge my bets and put money on everybody and come out a winner no matter what. But really exciting.
Yeah, it's been great, and been loving the broadcast that you guys have been put on. So thanks a lot to you guys.
Much appreciated.
Hey, thank you, man. Thanks. And I tell you, the racing being so clean too. I tell you, Adam, these guys are racing, putting on a show for us, and just incredible racing. What are your final thoughts, Adam?
Yeah, the track definitely played a role tonight in the outcomes. A number of spins costing drivers what they were hoping to get. Michael Doe was very fast, had a couple incidents. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of racing. You can't control everything, and things are going to come to play. The consistency that Jason and Nick have had all season came out in the end. I think after a week off, we'll see more of the same.
Well, I tell you what, enjoy your holiday weekend off, your Easter week. Until then, for all the Midwest Motorsports admin that make this league great, I'm James J., reminding you to stay in your lane.
And I approve of this message.